Hello, Virgo. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. These are going to be your messages for the month of March 2022. Kind of crazy to think about the fact that we're already in March of this year. I'm doing something a little bit different this month with the format. If you guys wouldn't mind, leave a comment down below and let me know whether you prefer to see the cards throughout the reading or whether you prefer the previous format that I was using before. We are going to be using the Starchild Tarot today. This is a deck that was gifted to me by a client of mine out in Houston. And we're also going to be pulling from Plant Ally cards. This was one of my first oracle cards ever in the history of ever. This is an old deck, so I'm excited to be pulling this out and using it this month. But I will have these listed in the description box, of course. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump in. It's only 78 cards, but it looks like it's like 300. I'm gonna shuffle this as best as I can, Virgo. I hope you guys had a good February. Ooh. Hope you guys enjoyed Valentine's Day. And I'm excited to see what messages come through for you guys this month. Out of the gate, we have the Knight of Crystals. Three of Swords, King of Cups, Eight of Swords, the Star card, Seven of Cups. I'm feeling like I need to pull two more, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Make some space here. This is not the biggest table. Three of Wands, Four of Crystals. All right, Virgo, we're gonna go ahead and jump into your messages. All right, Virgo, so jumping into your messages for the month of March 2022, we have the Three of Swords here, the Knight of Crystals or the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Eight of Swords, the Star card, the Seven of Cups, and the Four of Crystals or Pentacles. So, Three of Swords, this is an energy that always represents being in a heavier energy, usually having to do with a depression, a deep sadness, a grief, a sorrow. And it's interesting that you guys have the Eight of Swords underneath that. So for some of you guys, it literally is depression. Some of you guys are feeling trapped in your own head, feeling trapped within your thoughts. And it's like you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can't see the hope that is on the other side, the silver lining. You just are seeing grief and sorrow and deep sadness on all sides of you. And for some of you Virgos, it's something that is consuming you, but I get the sense that there's a little bit of a pridefulness here to where you guys are not wanting to be honest about what's really going on with you. You're not wanting to get that help, that external help that you might need. With me being a Virgo moon, I understand, sometimes there is a little bit of a pridefulness behind asking for help, or saying that, this is something that's a little too big for me. This is something that I can't deal with by myself. I know that that's something that, not just Virgo, all people definitely, we have those problems where with certain things we have an issue with reaching outside of ourselves and asking for help. However, Virgo, I do get the sense that this is something that you're gonna have to work to sort of override within yourself. It feels like you are going to have to kind of step in front of your pridefulness this month and get the assistance that you need so that you can process whatever this is in a healthier way. Because a lot of you guys are, it's like you are drowning, like you're screaming in the middle of a crowded room and it's like no one can hear you. But what Spirit is saying is that what's really going on is that it's not that you're actually screaming out loud, you're screaming internally. And that's why no one can hear you, is because you're not being fully open and honest about what you're dealing with. I hope that makes sense. So kind of tear down those false illusions of being able to take care of things all by yourself or having to take care of everything by yourself. Start breaking that down, Virgo, so that you can get ahead of whatever this energy is. Virgo, I know, is all about community and definitely all about helping and assisting others, but I get the sense that in this month it really is about, you know, opening yourself up to your community so that people can help and assist you. And that's okay. It doesn't make you weaker. It doesn't make you less of a person. It's just, you know, it makes you human. So that's the first message coming out of the gate for Virgo this month, in the month of March, you guys. Moving on, we have the Knight of Crystals and the Star card. This is an interesting energy coming in. Eight of Pentacles or Eight of Crystals in this particular tarot deck. This would be an energy that is all about like an apprenticeship or a job, or having put a lot of hard work and labor towards something. You've done a lot to build something up that you know, you've definitely started from scratch. Like it was something that was not in existence before at all. And you've really put a lot of investment into this, a lot of emotional, mental, spiritual, physical investment into building something up, Virgo. Star card is all about wish fulfillment and getting what you want, getting the end result that is ideal, that is in alignment with your vision. If for some of you this sadness and discontentment has to do with you not feeling like progress is being made towards something that you've been working on or building, Spirit is saying that it is quite the opposite and not to give up. You definitely don't want to give up on this prematurely, because I feel like in the month of March, that's when this particular thing is going to pop and you're going to finally start seeing everything that you've been working for and putting toward this particular project coming to fruition. If this project or goal is maybe taking a bit longer, or it didn't exactly go the way that you planned, and that's what is causing these particularly heavier energies for you guys right now, Spirit is saying that you're actually exactly where you need to be. So don't sell yourself short. Don't stop prematurely. Finish strong. Kind of, you know, like I said, work your community, work the relationships and the connections that you have so that you can get back on track mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. But the goal is coming. The end result that you have been looking for is coming. And yes, you know, you see this rocky terrain in this card here. It may not have been the path or the, you know, the exact chain of events that you thought it was going to be. It may have been a bit bumpier than you expected, but the reward is still there, Virgo. It hasn't moved. It hasn't changed. Having to walk this bumpier road that maybe had a few more obstacles than you expected, Spirit is saying actually has given you, you know, has built like a bit of a callus around you. It's made you tougher. It's really shown you what you're capable of and how much strength that you actually have. So if anything, Virgo, be grateful for the fact that the road was not as smooth as you thought it would be. Be grateful for those obstacles and everything that you had to endure in order to reach this final result, because now you have a greater sense of self, and from this point on, very little will be able to deter you or remove you off of your path of getting what it is that you want. Because like I said, you've built that callus and you've built that toughness around yourself to be able to handle pretty much anything. Moving on from that message, Virgo, you have the King of Cups here above the Seven of Cups. Some of you guys are dealing with a particular person right now that is showing you a lot of different faces, and you're having a hard time pinpointing who this person really is. It's making it really hard for you to get to know this person. They seem to be shrouded in a lot of illusion, a lot of mystery. Virgo, I know, is a zodiac sign that likes things straight, you know, like give it to be straight, black and white, no games, no, you know, beating around the bush. And so this is something that's really frustrating you guys. It seems that every time you think you know who this person is, and I know this says King of Cups, but this can apply to a man or a woman. But it seems as though, Virgo, every time you think you know who this person is, they kind of switch up on you and you get a different version of them. Or they pull away from you and suddenly they kind of have you at arm's length, and you know, you are kind of having to figure them out all over again. And so it's been very frustrating. Spirit is saying to kind of take a step back. Take a far step back from this person, because for one, Virgo, I don't think this person will expect that. I get the sense that this is the type of person who is used to being the one sort of playing the games. They're used to being the ones kind of coming forward, stepping back, coming forward, stepping back. And so when you kind of pull their game on them, they're not gonna like that, and they're gonna be like, wait, what? That's my job. I'm the one that's supposed to be emotionally unavailable, and then I'm love bombing you, and then I'm emotionally unavailable again, like, you know. So, and I'm not sitting here saying that you guys should waste your time going back and forth with this person and playing games with them, but what I am saying, Virgo, is that, you know, I think that this person is wanting to toy with you. I think that they are wanting to, you know, kind of see how elastic you are, for lack of better words. They're wanting to test your patience. They're wanting to test your affection and your love for them. They're kind of wanting to stretch and pull you and see how elastic you are. And like I said, I feel like a lot of you guys are getting very exhausted of it. And so Spirit is saying to take a step back, and not in a sense of trying to play games with them and kind of make it this tit for tat thing, but I definitely get the sense that this person needs to rise to your level of maturity. I get the sense that they are, you know, like I said, they're not used to being challenged to mature and grow up in that way. And so it may take you kind of calling that bluff and removing yourself from the situation for them to actually realize, like, oh, I need to grow up. I need to like get my shit together and stop doing this. That is something that I feel to be coming up for a lot of you Virgos in the month of March, is that you may have to kind of set some really strong boundaries, and you know, you may possibly have to be prepared to walk away from someone entirely this month, just because it's not worth your peace. Point blank period. It's not worth your peace. And with everything that you have going on here, Virgo, you don't have time for that. Like, no, nobody has time for that. Like, we're still in a whole panini press. We're in a whole pandemic Lovato. We're no, like, we're not about to do that. So moving on. Three of Wands over the Four of Crystals or the Four of Pentacles. Well, interestingly, Virgo, Four of Pentacles is typically an energy that has to do with being frugal or being very conservative with your resources, having a sort of fear of lack and anxiety about lack, different things like that, kind of hoarding you know, because you are so fearful of not having enough. However, the Three of Wands above that, you guys, this is an energy that is encouraging you this month to expand your horizons, especially when it comes to money and possessions. So the challenge for you this month, Virgo, is whatever you think your ceiling is this month, go ahead and double that, triple that. Like, really take a risk on yourself, really take a chance on yourself, and go bigger than where you are currently at, or whatever vision you have for yourself. Three of Wands, again, is ushering you guys to really go for it. Like, expand whatever it is that you feel like is your cap or your ceiling. This is also an energy, Virgo, or a message that is encouraging you guys to direct a little more intuition toward your money and resources this month. So instead of just spending money on whatever, whenever, really try to intuit, like really try to direct some of that intuitive energy toward your money, your finances, your resources, and really dig deep and ask yourself, is this worth my coin? Is this worth my hard-earned money? And if it's not, then leave it. If it is, then go for it. Spirit is wanting you to prioritize quality this month, rather than instant gratification, rather than just trying to scratch an itch. They're wanting you to prioritize quality. They're wanting you to really give yourself the things that you deserve, not in a frivolous or a reckless splurging kind of way, but in a way that is aware, in a way that is open, in a way that is intuitive, and in a way that's smart. Virgo, this is also a message that some of you guys are focusing a little too much on the material. Some of you are focusing a little too much on the physical, and you need to this month kind of prioritize more of the spiritual or the intuitive. So keep that balance this month, you guys, and really focus, try to incorporate both into your everyday life, your everyday routine. Don't just make it all about your goals and reaching your milestones, and I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to work, hustle, hit the pavement. But try to also know when to relax and intuit when to jump in and when to jump out, when to give your energy and when to not give your energy. And so I feel this to be kind of contrasting and calling for a balance this month. And I know that you guys can do it, so don't even trip. Don't trip. But just know that, you know, this is kind of where Spirit's wanting you to be in the month of March. All right, Virgo, with that being said, I am going to pull a plant ally oracle for you guys. Maybe I'll pull more than one, we'll see. All right, let's see what we have. Natural creativity, heart wisdom, being yourself. So pretty self-explanatory, pretty good messages. There are some messages on the back, so I'll go ahead and flip those over. So natural creativity, we have living in the moment allows you the gift for personal expression and exploration. Take the time to manifest your own natural creative path. Definitely feeling that with this Eight of Crystals or Eight of Pentacles and the Star card. Next, you have heart wisdom. Trust your heart and unite thinking with feeling. Communicate with your heart to assist you in accessing your best self. So again, kind of moving away from these heavier energies in the month of March and focusing more on these blazing this trail forward in the way that is in the best alignment for you guys. Last oracle of being yourself, it says, be yourself no matter what colors of the rainbow you display. It is okay to be multifaceted and flowing between the elixir of light and dark. So that's a really, really good message. So for you Virgos that are kind of still in this heavy energy going into the month of March or throughout the month of March, don't feel like you have to force yourself to rush through this process. Don't feel like you have to bypass the sadness or the grief or the heaviness that you feel. Don't allow others to rush you out of that as well. If that's where you feel like you need to be, if you feel like you need more time there to process your shit, then do that. Do that. Understand that you can't stay there forever, because if you do, you're going to miss out on all of this. But give yourself the grace to be where you are so that you can fully process it and move forward. So that is the end of your messages for the month of March, Virgo. I hope you guys enjoyed and got something out of it. Again, let me know if you guys enjoy this format. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Take care.